Eureka, the cursed ghost town. Nestled in the barren desert of Utah, the town of Eureka stands as a decaying remnant of its former. Many ghost towns exist across America, but none carry the same sinister reputation as Eureka. Those who have dared to explore its crumbling structures speak of eerie whispers in the wind, flickering lights in long-abandoned buildings, and shadows that move where none should be. Some claim the spirits of the miners never left, while others believe something far more ancient lurks beneath the town. The Curse of the Mines. Eureka's descent into darkness began with the mines. The deeper the miners dug, the more disturbing their discoveries became. Strange symbols carved into the rock, bones that didn't belong to any known animal, and whispers that echoed through the tunnels even when no one spoke. The miners ignored these warnings, driven by greed, but the deeper they went, the worse things became. One fateful night, an explosion ripped through the deepest shaft of the mine, killing 30 men instantly. Their bodies were never recovered. Some claimed they were buried alive, their spirits forever trapped beneath the earth. Others whispered that they had been taken, swallowed by something that had waited in the darkness for centuries. After the explosion, the town began to change. Shadows stretched unnaturally, figures appeared in windows of houses left vacant for years, and an overwhelming sense of dread settled over the people who remained. The vanishing of the children. As if the curse of the mines wasn't enough, Eureka became infamous for another horror: the disappearance of its children. It started with a young girl named Abigail Tanner in 1912. She was last seen walking home from the town square, her small feet kicking up dust along the abandoned railroad tracks. She never arrived home. Over the following decades, more children vanished without a trace. No bodies, no signs of struggle, just empty beds and grieving parents. Some believed the spirits of the miners were taking them, while others spoke in hushed voices about something older, something that had been awakened beneath the town. Old journal entries from former residents describe a shadowy figure lurking near the mines, an entity with glowing eyes that watched from the darkness. Some say it was a miner who had escaped death, but those who saw it up close claimed it wasn't human at all. The final exodus. By the 1950s, Eureka was all but abandoned. Those who remained refused to speak of what they had witnessed, choosing instead to pack their belongings and leave without a word. Houses stood empty, furniture left behind as if the owners had fled in the middle of the night. The only ones who dared stay were the desperate, the reckless, and those who had nowhere else to go. Among them was a man named Walter Briggs, the town's last known resident. He refused to leave, claiming that the town was his home, cursed or not. In 1963, his body was found hanging from a wooden beam inside the old general store. The walls around him were covered in strange symbols that matched those discovered in the mines decades earlier. His death marked the final chapter of Eureka's living history. Eureka, today, a place of fear. Though officially abandoned, Eureka still attracts visitors, paranormal investigators, thrill seekers, and those foolish enough to challenge the town's curse. Some report hearing their names whispered in the wind. Others see figures watching from the shattered windows of empty houses. The mines remain sealed, but locals say that if you stand near the entrance at night, you can hear the faint cries of the miners, forever lost beneath the earth. Some even claim to see flickering lantern lights deep within the tunnels, moving as if unseen hands still worked in the darkness. Despite numerous efforts to revitalize the town, every attempt has failed. Construction crews report freak accidents, tools go missing, and workers experience overwhelming feelings of nausea and dread. It's as if the town itself refuses to be reborn, as if something wants it to remain as it is. A monument to tragedy, a home for the damned. Would you dare visit Eureka after dark? Would you walk its silent streets, step into its crumbling homes, or stand at the entrance of the mines? Many have tried, but not all have returned. Because in Eureka, the past never truly dies.